What is the difference between a word that ends with a single vowel mark, like dhammah, and another one that ends with two? Does it affect the meaning or pronunciation? And is it possible to see this duplication at the beginning or in the middle of a word? In today's lesson, we will answer these questions as we dive deep into tanween, a fundamental concept in Arabic grammar. Welcome everyone to a new pronunciation lesson. This is Mustafa Nasser from Arabic4NoNs. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, activate the bell, and like the video. Let's begin. Let's begin by defining tanween. Tanween is essentially an extra N sound, or noun, that is pronounced but not fully written. Instead of writing the noun as a letter, it is represented by double vowel marks. So physically, it's a double vowel mark or label, two dhammah, two fatha, or two kasra. One of the key features of tanween is that it always appears at the end of a word, never at the beginning or in the middle. Additionally, it generally indicates indefiniteness, similar to the indefinite article a or an in English. So a word with tanween is mostly an indefinite. There are other meanings of tanween, but the major one is representing indefinite words. To understand tanween better, let's start with the three basic short vowels. The fatha is pronounced as a, dhammah is pronounced as u, and kasra is i, a, u, I. When these vowels are doubled to form tanween, an additional N sound is added to the pronunciation. So, a becomes an, u becomes un, and I becomes in. This creates three distinct sounds: an, un, in. Let's apply this to a single letter for practice. Take the letter T. By itself, it's a consonant and sounds like T, T. Adding the three basic vowel marks, it sounds like T, tu, or T, T, tu, T. Now imagine this letter is the last letter of an indefinite word. Instead of a single vowel mark, it gets two, which is tanween. Notice here, in case of tanween with fatha, there will be an additional alif to be added. We'll come to that in a few minutes, but let's now focus on the pronunciation. It's going to be exactly the same pronunciation with an additional N sound. Ten, tun, tin, te, ten, tu, tun, ti, tin. Now let's look at tanween in a complete word. Take the word walad, walad, walad. 2 syllables. It means a boy. By default, its last letter, d, is temporarily consonant, since now we have a single word and we don't know which case ending will it take. Now let's consider the three possible case endings this word might take: fatha, dhammah, or kasra. And since the word is indefinite, the case ending will be doubled, making tanween. So the three possible cases of this word will be waladun, waladan, or waladin. Waladun, waladan, waladin. So here the tanween is the obvious and physical sign that this word is indefinite. If we want to make this word definite, we take 2 steps. First, we add the definite article which is a two-letter prefix, al, to the beginning of the word. Second, we reduce the tanween and replace it with a single vowel mark. So, waladun becomes al-waladu. Waladan becomes al-walada. And waladin becomes al-waladi. Waladun al-waladu. Waladan al-walada. Waladin al-waladi. Let's now see tanween in a sentence to practice with all the pronunciation rules we've studied. Look at this sentence. The word kitab is indefinite, which is why it has tanween. Since its position in this sentence is a predicate, khabar, it takes dhammah by default as a case ending. When reading it, we say هذا كتاب. هذا كتاب, by adding an in sound as if it's written like this. But as we said initially, the in sound of tanween only shows in pronunciation, not in writing. Now, when we pause the reading at the word kitab, we need to make the last letter consonant as we explained before. The letter we stop the reading at is made consonant temporarily. So we read it as هذا كتاب. هذا كتاب. Now, what if there is another word after kitab, such as the adjective kabir, which also ends with tanween dhamma? In this case, the tanween of the middle word, kitab, will be pronounced because it's in the middle of the sentence. However, the tanween of the last letter, kabir, will be dropped, since now we'll stop the reading there. هذا كتاب كبير. هذا كتاب كبير. Now let's look at tanween fatha, using the same word, kitab, but changing its position in the sentence to take fatha case ending. We get اشتريت كتابا. اشتريت كتابا. The pronunciation will be as if it's written like this. Notice the additional alif is silent when reading tanween fatha. When we stop, we make tanween consonant, so it becomes اشتريت كتابا. اشتريت كتابا, pronounced as a long vowel. This means that in case of continuation, al-wasl, tanween fatha is pronounced as n, while in case of pausing, it is pronounced as a long vowel, a. Let's add another word. Here, the tanween of kitab will be pronounced normally, but the tanween of jadida will be made consonant, and hence it will be pronounced as a long vowel. اشتريت كتابا جديدا. اشتريت كتابا جديدا. There are some cases where the additional alif of tanween fatha is not added. If the word ends with one of the following letters: تاء مربوطة, ألف ممدودة, همزة on ألف, or ألف مقصورة, the tanween fatha is directly added to the last letter, such as طالبة, سماء, خطأ. However, for words like فتى, the tanween is written on the preceding letter, فتى. Lastly, tanween kasra. Consider the sentence. Here, kitab will be pronounced as قرأت في كتاب. قرأت في كتاب. And if we stop, we make tanween consonant. قرأت في كتاب. قرأت في كتاب. Let's also add another word. Here, the tanween of kitab is pronounced normally, and the tanween of jamil is made consonant, because we stop the reading there. قرأت في كتاب جميل. قرأت في كتاب جميل. Let's focus on the pronunciation of the word kitab in its three tanween cases. In case of continuation, al-wasl, when the word is in the middle of the reading, tanween is pronounced كتابا, كتاب, كتاب. In case of pausing, when the word is at the end of the reading, its case ending becomes consonant, which means tanween becomes consonant. كتابا, كتاب, كتاب. As you may have noticed, when pausing, the pronunciation of tanween dhamma and tanween kasra is the same. Only tanween fatha remains distinguishable, as it's pronounced like a long vowel. A final note about tanween: while its primary function is to indicate indefiniteness, there are some exceptions. Some proper nouns like Muhammadun, Hamidun, or Khalidun end with tanween but remain definite because they're proper nouns. Additionally, some words like Ahlan, Sabahan, Shukran, or Amalan contain tanween for different grammatical reasons that we'll explore in the grammar course. So in summary, tanween is mostly used to indicate indefiniteness in nouns. It appears only at the end of the word. It represents a noun sound that is pronounced but not written, and only tanween fatha has an additional alif at the end. Here are some examples for you to practice. Try them out as we did in this lesson, and if you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer you. Don't forget to subscribe my channel, activate the bell, and share the video on social media. See you in the next lesson.